This is a brief video for parents whose children are going back to school this week. And sometimes that whole topic can come with a lot of overwhelm. And just a simple thing, well, it sounds simple, but the thought of making lunches again every evening or morning. And when I feel overwhelmed, what I started doing the last few years is I asked myself, how can I let this be easy and come up with something, one thing that would work better. So I wanted to share a few things of how I approach this whole lunch making things over the last couple of years. So what I realized, we moved in here when my children were 1 and 4, and a few years ago when they were in primary school, the system I had put in place just didn't work anymore. So I changed things around, And this is like our lunch making station here on the island. And what I do is I have a shelf here that I put in place. You can see this where I have everything in it. I need to fix this. Bread and butter and all the dry goods, and so it doesn't take me a lot of time to just put things out on the counter and also put them back, And another thing that would work for me really well is to make a list with even ideas, write down, now this is our meal plan, but write down a few ideas that you could put into lunches, because I think the overwhelm comes when we have to make all these decisions, so to almost like think of something every day from scratch again can feel really overwhelming, and that just kind of makes it a little bit easier, and you'd think it's a no-brainer, and you obviously, or you probably know this, but we have these cereal boxes here on this shelf for younger children when they were younger to reach them, and for ages I didn't have a label on them, so it only occurred to me to put a label on them, and that's really handy, and they're see-through as well. And that could be maybe something as well where for the new school year you could ask your child what one thing would they be willing to do, Could your 3 or 4-year-old maybe get their own lunchbox while you make lunch for an older child? Or could an older child start helping making lunches or even make their own lunch, And then there's another couple of things that really worked well for me, just as an idea, and maybe you're doing this already, but so if you don't have like baskets like this, where I don't have baskets in the house, I kind of put boxes in place. So could you get, we grab it here, like this, could you have lunch things and put them in a box like this, and then you just put them on the counter, and I think the whole idea as well about what I learned over the years in the decluttering process is, or what keeps a house tidy, it's not so much how easy it is to get things out, but how easy is it to put things back, and everything has a home. And that's maybe another thing that you could implement, your kind of one thing to start labeling things, so it's easier for everyone to put things back. And if it's smaller children, maybe you could put like pictures, where things go. Yeah, so up there I have like a bigger box of kind of an overfill thing, might work for you as a lunchbox. And it doesn't have to be tidy, you can just throw things in there if you want to. This is not about winning an award for most organized mom or anything, it's finding things that work for you. So one of those things that I call them like the silent triggers, and over the last few years, a lot of us spend a lot more time in the home. So we, for example, had like a toaster here in the corner, and every time I went to make a cup of tea, the crumbs would just drive me crazy, and it's something that I'm obviously working on. It's a work in progress, but for now, I had to come up with something to not have these triggers all the time. So anyway, I put the toaster on a tray and I put it away in a little cupboard, and now I have the tray manage the crumbs for me until I'm in a place where I have more energy to deal with these crumbs. So yeah, that's kind of my question, It's like, what one thing could you change today to make this next school year and your whole lunch making a little easier? And now I'm not much of a multitasker, but creating systems and finding something that works is something that comes easily to me. And what I need to do is change things up every now and then. So my daughter helped me with this a few days ago, and in this whole theme of how can I let the tidy up be easier? Like, we all can create a mess easily enough, but tidying up is not so easy. So what I did a few days ago, it might be counterintuitive, but this is where we cook, and I used to have the butt in the bottom drawer, the pans and pots and frying pans, so not pants. And what I did is in this whole reorganizing, so what we did is we put all the lunch boxes and water bottles in here, and my daughter helped me put all the frying pans and other things over here. So I now have them in this drawer. It's almost like a kitchen tour. And what I was thinking, when you have everything built up here on the side and it looks really overwhelming to tidy up. So I was thinking, rather than dragging everything from over here into that bottom drawer on the kitchen island, I could just kind of open this bottom drawer and let just everything kind of almost fall in. So yeah, that's my suggestion for you for today. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't compare yourself with anything. For example, batch cooking. That's not for me. It's not something that works. It's about what's your one thing that you could change that would work for you. So thanks for watching, and leave me a comment below with something that you maybe found over the years that works really well for you.